So here we are at Black Dragon Miniatures in Leicestershire in the UK, and we are playing the first game in their Extreme Carnage. Extreme Carnage, is that what we call it? Yeah. Extreme Deadzone tournament. We have first game is Occupy. So this is a new scenario. It's been played a couple of times at principally at Deadzone Overkill at Mantic recently. Essentially, there are 2 victory points in the 4 central cubes, and so the encouraging is to come from the corners where you set up to the centre of the board, and you basically have to get in and dirty pretty quickly because there's lots of victory points to be gained. So here we have the game between Simon Coldrick with his Rebs and Ian Davies with his Enforcers. So, Simon, do you want to tell us what you've got in your force today?
Okay, so the commander is a Rebel commander. So she's got a long rifle, and her splat ability is always short, which means she can add a supply counter to an adjacent unit. I have troop-wise 4 Rebel troopers.
Good chaff models.
Yeah, indeed, 7 points each. For specials, I've got the 2 Teratons and 2 Rebel snipers, and then finally we've got the Walker over there, the Strider, with Genling cannon.
Okay.
The big gun.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, super. Thank you very much. And now we have Ian Davies, the man, the legend. What have you brought today?
I've got Enforcers. So, we've got my commander here, using the engineer model, but he's can't use the Enforcer Sergeant with laser rifle. Got
so
my.
His splat is the extra.
You get an extra move or sprint at the start of a model's activation. Very useful for positioning my sniper or my missile launcher into a better position, and then still being able to fire as a long action.
2 heavy weapons there.
Yep. Burst Laser Man for keeping things suppressed, whizzing some bullets across the board. 2 Assault Enforcers for objective grabbing. A Standard Enforcer for general purpose. And I've got my big Strider bot.
With a Genling as well?
Yeah.
Alright, fantastic. This is going to be a Strider off.
Classic Enforcer Strider. And a little sentry gun to put some covering fire over where the objectives are.
Okay, super.
That's a bit clever.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Don't be using tactics.
So there's command dice for round 1. So Ian with his Enforcers has got extra activation, extra move, shoot and a splat, and which he likes those splats apparently. And Simon has 2 moves, a splat, a shoot, and a fight. I'm sure he'll love the fights. That's just what you need in round 1.
Just what you need.
With a not massively combat-oriented army. Okay, so here we go, ready to play. So at the end of round 1, we'll just have a little look around the table. You can see that the Rebs have moved forwards here, the Teratons moved up, so has the Strider, and the troops have also moved forwards. No objectives being captured by them, but a bit of fire being put down, and just 1 casualty of 1 dead Rebel trooper. On the Enforcer side again, the Assault Enforcers moving up, the suppression there from the sentry gun. The Sniper, you'll notice, has disappeared from up there. He arrived earlier on and did some decent damage, but now has been replaced by an Assault Enforcer. And around the back here we have the Strider and a sneaky whole team of Enforcers sneaking up there. So, Simon, do you want to give us a summary of what happened in the turn?
Not a huge amount, really. He just moved forward. One of my guys blew himself up by setting off a booby trap.
Tell us a little bit more about how he did that. I think that's worth knowing.
Well, no, he just set off a booby trap, I think. Thanks, mate. We'll just leave it at that.
But it was your commander's flat, wasn't it?
No, that one.
Oh, was it? Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon.
No, that was another booby trap.
Okay. So
Teratons move forward. Ian did put 3 wounds on this Teraton using his sniper. Because the Teraton had a med pack.
That's filth, isn't it? That's filth putting a medipack on a Teraton.
So he healed himself, and of course the sniper had his head stuck out and had it blown off by one of my snipers.
Yeah, very good. So, Ian, tell us what went right.
Well, my sniper put 3 wounds on a Teraton. That was deeply pleasing. I've put a couple of wounds on his Strider as well.
Was there a cock's dice that stopped you killing him as well?
Yeah, there was. Some nonsense TOs put out. Other than that, I've moved forward ready to grab the objectives and murder his entire army.
Cool. So at the end of round 2, let's have a little overview. You can see that the Rebs have moved forwards a bit more. They've lost a couple of models, and most importantly, they've lost the Strider. Teraton has leapt up here to engage some of these Enforcers, and the other Teraton is over the far back there, having teleported round and then walked forwards to take on Ian's Enforcer captain. And Ian, how's it gone for you in this round?
Well, I've managed to get some objective points, but I have taken casualties along the way for some ridiculous dice rolls.
And Simon, how do you feel about it?
I'm kind of happy, but you know,
Losing a Strider, is that painful?
it was painful. It was painful.
That was to a missile launcher, wasn't it?
Yeah, we compensated. We've taken out his general and his burst laser. But he's in a strong position because he's planted his bloody Strider on the victory points, along with another assault enforcer. So he's racking up 4 victory points a turn, which I think has got him ahead.
And the current score at the minute is?
I'm on 11.
And I'm only on 8, so I need to do some work.
Yeah, okay, great. Back to the game.
Let's roll some dice.
So here we are at the end of the Occupy mission. We've still got our Reb leader alive. We've got Teraton sitting in the middle here, Reb Trooper jumping on top. Still got the Strider there at the back as well, and another Teraton sitting down there, capturing those objectives. So, what was the final result? Ian?
It was a draw.
Such joy in his face as he says
Awfully
that.
hard work for a draw.
So how did it end up being a draw, Simon?
Well, he played very well. What he did.
Oh,
was-
come on, let's not say
No,
that.
he really did. He put his Strider on the in cover on the 2-point objectives, and just was racking up the victory points.
And that's really important in this one because the objectives are worth 2 and Striders are so difficult to get rid of.
And he had he had 2 of the objectives for a couple of rounds, and I took my eye off the ball, and I was lucky to have a move at the end.
You were lucky I told you were going to lose before you lost.
Yeah. So as I was saying. Simon nearly ended up losing there because he had sort of slightly miscalculated, I think, and was short by 1 victory point. But then realised he could just about get this last Reb Trooper with a move dice onto this objective to just take him up over the threshold. So it's a 23-21 win draw, but the slight advantage to Ian.